Hey, welcome to your astrology forecast for October 30th to November 5th, 2014. On October 30th, the moon moves into Aquarius. This can help us to nurture our friendships and really feel closer to our friendships as well as to our communities or any social groups that we are a part of. We can also nurture our hopes, wishes, and dreams on this day, and we may receive many insights through our friendships about our emotional selves. And unexpected occurrences could occur on this day as well. Mercury conjuncts the North Node in Libra. So this is going to help us to communicate in a way where it helps us move forward on our evolutionary path in some way. So conversations could be very insightful about which way to go, and we can really be able to bounce ideas off of other people easier, especially in relationships. And basically, any conversations could have a sort of serendipitous nature, or you could even run into a serendipitous situation by going about your neighborhood or on a short trip even. And then the moon in Aquarius squares the sun and Venus in Scorpio. So this is going to be the first quarter moon. So moon in Aquarius squaring sun and Venus in Scorpio is going to be creating some tensions when it comes to our hopes, wishes, and dreams, or our friendships, and our personal relationships, and maybe even our deeper aspects of ourselves. So this could be bringing up some triggers for people where they're receiving insights that are somewhat uncomfortable to find out about, but they're extremely transformative if you are willing to look deeper at the situation. And you could learn a lot about your friendships and your relationships on this day, as well as about yourself. And looking at those darker aspects of who you are can help you to transform that and make it lighter and make yourself feel freer. So there's always good in that. Okay, October 31st, the moon in Aquarius opposes Jupiter in Leo, and they both square Saturn in Scorpio, creating a T-square. So this is going to help us to receive some major insights, both in our emotional state and in how we can expand and really express ourselves in the world and create something from those insights. So there's some serious stuff coming through. We're really bringing through some of that amazing genius that we each have. Of course, it's always going to be different for everybody. And we can really move forward with expressing that. With them both squaring Saturn and Scorpio, Saturn is going to help it help to bring it down to Earth. Being in Scorpio, there is a need to look deeper within yourself in order to bring forward some of these ideas, as well as having plenty of discipline and follow through. So making a plan of action for the long term is a good idea for, for some of these insights, because the moon is only going to be in Aquarius for, that the rest of that day, and then it'll move for the next day, I think. Yep. So basically, there may be tensions around this because perhaps you're not focusing enough, or maybe some of the insights coming through are confusing. Maybe not too confusing, but more like could just experience maybe some tensions about sharing so deeply of yourself. So yeah, just trying to bring that stuff down to earth and put it into a long-term plan can be extremely beneficial for the long term. So indeed. Okay, November 1st. Mercury in Libra sextiles Jupiter in Leo, again, because it did go retrograde and now it's going forward again. So This is awesome for learning and awesome for romance and relationships and being able to have philosophical conversations and expand your mind and expand your horizons, especially when it comes to learning new things. Maybe you're learning a new language or learning about other cultures or just being especially creative and expansive in your creativity as well as in your relationships. Then the moon moves into Pisces. So this, of course, makes us very sensitive to other people's feelings, very empathic on this day, and very intuitive on this day. Listening to some of those intuitive feelings, under the surface feelings, is a good idea. Writing down your dreams and paying attention to what's going on with you unconsciously is also a good idea. Meditation is very recommended whenever the moon is in Pisces. Because it does help you get in touch with those intuitive aspects of yourself and unconscious aspects of yourself, as well as understanding symbolic stuff when it comes to your dreams. So maybe reflecting on that stuff as well. If you remember your dreams, that is. Sometimes that doesn't, always happen. Okay, anyways, Mars in Capricorn sextiles Neptune in Pisces. Now, any of those intuitive insights that are coming to you on this day can be put into action. And Capricorn is extremely ambitious and is very practical about it. So being able to move forward on some of your long-term goals is extremely likely right now. So definitely want to be making plans and creating systems and taking action. Creating systems that allow you to take consistent action is a good idea, especially when it comes to some of those less, some of those more elusive ideas. Sometimes to the point where you are kind of sometimes ungrounded about it, like intuitive ideas, stuff like, that's kind of hard to capture. It can be more easily captured and put into a practical action right now. So that's good. Okay, so then the moon conjuncts Neptune in Pisces. Basically, this is emphasizing moon in Pisces because Neptune rules Pisces. So paying attention to your dreams, listening to your intuition, and allowing those unconscious that unconscious stuff to come up for you can help you to basically become more aware of some of that deeper unconscious emotions that you might have. And then Venus in Scorpio sextiles Pluto in Capricorn. So this is really putting our relationships into a transformative state. So some darker aspects of ourselves may come up in our relationships, and we may need to learn how to deal with those things and transform them. Of course, a sextile can help stimulate that and make it very beneficial for you. And then also another thing that could be coming up for you is under the surface things in your career. Sometimes maybe there's power struggles in your career. You can become more aware of those things and actually create a more harmonious situation in your working relationships, because Venus is very good about becoming more harmonious in any relationship. So this is, of course, going to be helpful when it comes to that. And you can use more creativity when it comes to those things and really unearth some of those deeper gifts that you might have, or really be able to put what you value into your work. All right, on November 2nd, the moon conjuncts Chiron in Pisces. So this is going to be bringing up some of those old wounds and old hurts to be healed. So it's definitely a day to go within yourself and nurture those old wounds so that you may be able to let them go. So of course you can take a bath or meditate or just really be gentle with yourself on this day, and that should be helpful for that purpose. Okay, Jupiter in Leo, which I already mentioned, sextiles Mercury in Libra, and this time they both in conjunct the moon in Pisces. So we may be able to expand in our creativity and expand in our self-expression and in our communication, but there may be a lack of intuition involved, and we may need to focus more on our more imaginative selves in order to access a deeper understanding of these creative processes. So tapping into your intuition and maybe even some of the more unconscious aspects of life, your dream life, look to your dream life to help spark some of that creativity as well. And also, paying attention to your emotions can help in expressing yourself and expressing how you feel, especially in your relationships. On November 3rd, Venus in Scorpio trines Chiron in Pisces. So this is going to be bringing up old wounds when it comes to our relationships, and of course some of those darker aspects of ourselves that need to be transformed. So things from the past could be resurfacing that need to be healed. So it's going to maybe stir up some stuff in our relationships, but it's ultimately going to bring you closer together and be at a more cohesive level in terms of the way you're feeling in your relationships. And then the moon moves into Aries. So this is going to help us to take action in our lives and be more open about how we're feeling and confront some feelings and deal with that sort of thing. It also could cause a bit of impatience or impulsiveness, of course. So exercise is a good idea so that you can be more grounded and more level-headed about your emotional state. And then the sun in Scorpio sextiles Pluto in Capricorn. So this time it's the sun instead of Venus. So this is going to help us to get in touch with our power, our inner power, and be able to be more ourselves when it comes to our careers and to really take charge of our career lives or our status in this world or whatever it is we're trying to do in this world. And of course, there's gifts that are coming from within that we're becoming more aware of. And we are becoming more aware of the darker aspects of ourselves as well as the darker aspects of the career in which we are in. And we can become more in touch with what needs to be transformed to make it more in alignment with who we are. On November 4th, the moon conjuncts Uranus in Aries. So some serious insights are going to come in, and we can really take action on those insights and be more bold about who we are as individuals and be more truthful about who we are and just really more ourselves and more in touch with our feelings. And of course, this may be somewhat shocking to others, or maybe we will be shocked about ourselves even. We may feel more radical or rebellious, maybe even a little bit more confrontational than usual. But ultimately, as long as you're being true to yourself and true to who you are and who you want to be in this world and what kind of changes you want to make in your life, and really confronting any areas that need to be changed, then you're going to be doing good. You're going to feel freer and more yourself and more free to express who you are. Then the moon conjuncts the south node in Aries. So this is going to be bringing up some old modes of being that need to be let go, maybe even emotional patterns that need to be released. And this is also ultimately going to be helping you to be more who you are, more true to who you are, and letting go of any parts of you that aren't true to who you are, especially egotistically based beliefs about who you are. On November 5th, the sun in Scorpio trines Chiron in Pisces. So, of course, this is all activating all that area where our old wounds are coming up, maybe beliefs about who we've been, wounds associated with who we've been, and things, the darker aspects of ourselves that really need to be let go of or transformed or just recognized. Recognizing and being honest about those darker places that you've been can help you to release that. Being just true to yourself and really becoming aware of that stuff and like just really old wounds and stuff, and becoming more centered in the process. Breathing, remembering to breathe is just, I mean, it's going to be bringing up that stuff, and it's going to transform and heal, and you're going to feel more free to be who you are and more true to who you are. So, just know that this stuff's going to be coming up, but that ultimately in the end, it's going to make you feel better. So, unconscious stuff's coming up. You're going to feel better after you deal with it. Okay, the moon moves into Taurus. This actually is going to help us to get more grounded and more in touch with our physical senses, as well as our finances and practical matters. And you may move in a more slow and steady pace, but you can get more done on this day in terms of taking care of your resources or your possessions, or getting finances in order, of course. And you're going to definitely be more in touch with your senses. You're going to enjoy food and relaxation and maybe exercise. I mean, you could probably really have a myriad of senses on this day that you really enjoy. Going outside even, or getting a massage would be an awesome thing to do. And that could help you emotionally as well. So, yeah, enjoying physicality. Okay, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. And if you did, let me know by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. All right, have an awesome time. And happy Halloween, too.